Hello, I'm Miranda, and welcome to another Warmachine battle report. I play Khador, and today I'll be playing a 35-point battle against Cryx. Today my opponent is fielding Asphyxious the Hellbringer and Vociferon. His battle group includes Malice, a Reaper, and Cankerworm. He also has a full unit of Mechanothralls with 3 Brute Thrall attachments, a Necrosurgeon and her Stitch Thralls, the Wither Shadow Combine, a couple of Necrotechs, and a Pistol Wraith. Today I brought forward Kommander Sorscha with Beast 09 and a Bonded Devastator, a unit of Widowmakers and a Widowmaker Marksman, a Manhunter Solo, a Winter Guard Mortar Crew, and a full unit of Winter Guard with unit attachment and Kognik Joseph Grigorovich. We are playing the Steamroller 2013 scenario Incursion. There are 3 flags placed across the center of the board. At the end of the second player's first turn, we randomly remove one of the flags. I won the dice roll and decided to let my opponent go first. Asphyxious deploys behind the Reaper and Malice. The Wither Shadow Combine are to his right, as well as the Necrotech. The Mechanothralls and Stitch Thralls are stretched out to his left. As a tier benefit, I place a 4-inch forest completely within 20 inches of my deployment zone. Sorscha begins behind Beast 09. Further ahead is the Devastator and Winter Guard Mortar Crew. To her right are the Winter Guard Infantry. The Cankerworm deploys in front of the Mechanothrall unit, and the Pistol Wraith is just outside the forest. The Widowmakers are spread out ahead of my army, and the Manhunter waits in the woods. Cryx, turn 1. Asphyxious allocates no focus this turn. Malice has Well of Souls and begins the game with 1 soul token. The Wither Shadow Combine issues a run order and moves 12 inches up the board. The Necrotech runs 10 inches. Asphyxious activates. He spends 2 focus to cast Mobility, which grants +2 speed and Pathfinder to his battle group. He spends another 2 focus and casts Ashen Veil through Vociferon onto the Mechanothralls, giving them concealment, and living models within 2 inches of the unit also suffer a -2 penalty to attack rolls. He spends 2 more focus to cast Scything Touch on the Reaper, granting +2 to melee attack and damage rolls. He then advances 8 inches. The Reaper advances 8 inches thanks to mobility. Cankerworm advances 8 inches. He ends inside of Asphyxious' control area, and as an affinity bonus he can make another full advance and backs into cover. The Pistol Wraith activates and runs. The Mechanothralls issue a run order and move upfield. The Necrosurgeon and Stitch Thralls also run. Vociferon advances 6 inches up the board. Malice advances into the rough terrain. He has Pathfinder because of mobility. The last Necrotech runs. Khador turn 1. Sorscha allocates 1 focus to the Devastator. She will keep the rest. The mortar crew issue a run order and move into the rough terrain for cover. The Winter Guard infantry issue a run order and move up the board. Kovnik Joe advances behind the Winter Guard and gives his speech, Courage of Our Forefathers, granting the Winter Guard tough and fearless. Sorscha activates and advances within 6 inches of my Widowmakers. She then spends 2 focus to cast Shatterstorm on the unit. She spends another 2 focus to cast Iron Flesh on the Winter Guard unit. The Widowmakers activate and move up. They will attempt to shoot at the Mechanothralls. With Concealment, I need 7s to hit. First sniper targets a Brute Thrall and is within range. The shot misses. Second sniper targets the same Brute Thrall and also misses the shot. Third sniper is out of range of the Brute Thrall and auto misses. The last sniper targets a Mechanothrall, again needing a 7 to hit, but does not succeed. I also didn't realize the Brute Thralls each had 8 hitboxes, so it wasn't the best use of my snipers anyway. The Devastator runs 8 inches. Beast 09 has a heavy boiler and runs for free. He moves up behind the Devastator. The Widowmaker solo runs to stay out of range of the Pistol Wraith, and the Manhunter will stay where she is. It is the end of my turn, and we roll a d6 to see which flag disappears. Cryx turn 2. Asphyxious spends 1 focus to upkeep Ashen Veil, and Edmonia in the Wither Shadow Combine upkeeps Scything Touch for free. The Mechanothralls issue a run charge order. Only 1 Widowmaker is actually charged. The Mechanothrall swings on the Widowmaker. He needs a 9 to hit and makes it. It's power 11 and the Widowmaker just dies. The Necrosurgeon and Stitch Thralls activate and run. Vociferon runs. Asphyxious activates and spends 2 focus to cast Mobility again and moves up 8 inches. He then spends 3 focus to cast Hex Blast through Vociferon onto a Winter Guard. The soldier is defense 15, so Asphyxious needs an 8 to hit. He boosts the shot and makes it. This causes all upkeep spells on the unit to immediately expire. It is also a power 13 hit, triggering a tough roll from my Winter Guard, which he fails. It's an AoE 3 which catches 3 more models. The other Winter Guard soldier takes power 7 blast damage, which is dice -6. He dies if he can't make his tough roll, which he doesn't. The sniper is armor 11, so dice -4. He dies. The last model is his own Mechanothrall, and he rolls dice -5 for him. He is also killed in the blast. Vociferon collects 3 souls, and the Stitch Thralls are not close enough to collect corpse tokens. The Widowmakers must make a command check because half the unit was eliminated. They need an 8 or less, and break. Malice activates and moves up 8 inches. He will attempt to shoot at a Winter Guard. The Guardsman is out of Malice's 8-inch range though, so the shot automatically misses. The Reaper moves up and attempts to shoot at a Widowmaker behind the wall. This puts him at defense 20, so he needs double 6s to hit. The shot misses. The Necrotech runs up behind Malice. Cankerworm moves up behind the Mechanothrall unit and makes a second advance a little further up. The Wither Shadow Combine activate and run. The other Necrotech runs to be near the other Helljacks. The Pistol Wraith activates, advances, and aims at my Devastator. He has range and needs a 3 to hit. The first shot makes it, but he can't actually hurt the Clamjack. He shoots again and makes it. This doesn't cause any damage either, but since both initial shots hit, he can use his chain attack, Death Chill. This shot makes it, and my Jack is affected by Death Chill, meaning that on my activation I must forfeit either my movement or action. Khador, turn 2. Sorscha does not upkeep Shatterstorm. She allocates 2 focus to Beast 09 and keeps the rest on herself. The Mortar Crew activates first and targets a Brute Thrall. With Concealment, my unit must roll an 11 to hit. The shot misses and deviates 6 inches back toward my army and hits 2 Mechanothralls. It's power 8 and I roll dice minus 4. The first Mechanothrall is destroyed, as is the second. The Necrosurgeon collects 2 more corpse tokens. The Manhunter charges the Pistol Wraith, who is now corporeal. She needs a 6 to hit and misses. Her second attack hits, and I roll dice minus 1 for damage and eliminate the ghost. Kovnik Joe gives his speech for the Motherland, giving the Winter Guard boosted attack rolls. He then moves up and takes a shot at a Brute Thrall. I need an 8 to hit on 3 dice, and the shot connects. I roll dice minus 2 for damage, and the Brute Thrall takes 5 hit points. The Marksman takes a shot at the same Brute Thrall. He is standing still, giving him an effective range attack of 10. I need a 4 to make the shot, and make it. It is power 12, so I roll dice minus 2 and do enough damage to eliminate the Brute. The Necrosurgeon collects another corpse token. The Marksman moves back 2 inches into rough terrain as the result of Swift Hunter. The Winter Guard bob and weave up and begin targeting the Mechanothrall unit with Grape Shot. The first spray catches a Brute Thrall, Mechanothrall, and Necrosurgeon. This Guardsman suffers a -2 penalty to attack because of Ashen Veil. I need a 9 to hit the Mechanothrall and miss. The Brute Thrall is hit though, as is the Necrosurgeon. For damage, I roll dice minus 4 on the Brute, causing 2 points of damage. I roll dice minus 2 on the Necrosurgeon and do 1 point. Next Winter Guard sprays the Necrosurgeon. This soldier is not affected by Ashen Veil, so I only need 7s to hit. First shot on the Mechanothrall is a hit. On the Brute Thrall, hits. I need a 9 to hit the Necrosurgeon and miss. For damage, I roll dice minus 2 on the Mechanothrall and kill him outright. On the Brute, I roll dice minus 4 and cause 3 points of damage. Another Guardsman sprays the Necrosurgeon. The spray also catches Vociferon and a Brute Thrall. On the Brute, I need a 7 and hit. On Vociferon, I need an 8 or better and make it. On the Necrosurgeon, I need a 9, and that also hits. For damage, I roll dice minus 4 on the Brute and cause 5 damage, which destroys him. I roll dice minus 2 on the Necrosurgeon and cause 6 points, which destroys her and any chance of more Mechanothralls. Vociferon is armor 19 with the souls on him, so I roll dice minus 9 and cause no damage. 3 Winter Guard will make a combined ranged attack on Vociferon. 1 Guardsman is out of range, so only 2 can participate. I need a 6 to hit and make it. The power is 14, which is dice minus 5. I'm lucky though and roll double 6s, which destroys Vociferon. The Winter Guard officer takes a shot at a Mechanothrall by the wall. I need a 10 on 3 dice, but miss. Another Guardsman takes a shot at a Mechanothrall in cover. I need an 11 to hit. This time I hit and instantly destroy the Mechanothrall. The Devastator activates and forfeits his action to move and makes his way toward the flag. I try to rally the Widowmakers by making another command check. I need an 8 or less, and actually make it. That's all they can do for this turn, however. Sorscha activates, She spends 2 focus to cast Iron Flesh on the Winter Guard again. She spends another 2 focus to cast Boundless Charge on Beast 09. She then tows into the forest. Beast 09 activates and charges the Stitch Thrall up ahead. A Mechanothrall gets a free strike on Beast. He needs a 3 or better to hit, and makes it. It's a boosted power 11 hit, so dice -9 on Beast, but he does no damage. Beast has reach on 4 models and Threshers. I need a 7 to hit the Stitch Thrall. I boost the shot and hit. On the Mechanothrall, I need a 5 to hit and make it. On the Brute, I need a 5 to hit, which also succeeds. And on the last Mechanothrall, I need a 5, which hits. Everything except the Brute Thrall is instantly destroyed. On the Brute, I roll dice +5 and will kill him on anything other than double ones. To make a point, I boost the damage, thus eliminating him. Cryx turn 3. Asphyxious lets Ashen Veil drop, and Edmonia upkeeps Scything Touch again for free. He allocates 3 focus to the Reaper and 1 focus to Cankerworm. The Reaper activates first and will shoot Beast 09. He needs a 3 to hit and makes it. He boosts the damage and rolls dice -8, causing 1 point to column 3. Since he caused damage at all though, he can now drag Beast toward him. He makes a normal melee attack again, needing a 3 to hit, which he makes easily. The attack is power 18 because of Scything Touch, so dice -2. Beast takes 6 damage to column 2. He then buys an additional attack with focus, and because this model has sustained attack, he automatically hits. Again we roll dice -2, and Beast takes 4 damage to column 6. He buys 1 last attack and auto hits, causing 4 damage to column 3. The Wither Shadow Combine activates and charges Beast. Edmonia attacks first, needing a 4 to hit. She makes it. Damage is dice -7, and she rolls 4 dice because of the charge bonus and dismantle. Beast takes 8 damage to column 5. Tremulous needs a 4 to hit and makes it. He also rolls dice -7 with 4 dice and causes 7 damage to column 5. Maelovis needs a 3 to hit and just makes it. The damage is enough to finish off Beast. The group performs Dark Industries and creates Seether09. The remaining 3 Mechanothralls activate and charge. 1 charges a Winter Guard, another stays in combat with my Widowmaker, and the last one runs back into formation since he was previously outside of it. The Mechanothrall attacking the Widowmaker needs a 9 to hit and misses. His second attack does hit, however, and with armor 11, the Widowmaker is instantly killed. Then, as the result of the Devastator's bond, the Mechanothrall is made stationary. The last standing Widowmaker must make a command check again, and surprisingly passes. The Mechanothrall charging the Winter Guard needs double 6s to hit. First attack misses, as does the second. Malice activates and advances into melee with my Winter Guard. He needs a 10 to hit my Nimble Soldier and boosts the shot, but still misses. Asphyxious activates and advances over to the Reaper and spends 3 focus to cast Carnage, granting his army +2 to attack rolls. He then pops his feat, Rites of Shadow. If I spend a focus or cast a spell inside of Asphyxious' control area, he heals D3 damage points and gains a soul token. A Necrotech activates and charges a Winter Guard. He has an effective melee attack of 8, so he needs a 9 to hit. He misses. The Stitch Thralls activate and shuffle around in a creepy fashion in an attempt to stay out of the way. The other Necrotech advances but is outside of melee of the Winter Guard over the wall. Seether09 activates and bases the flag. Cankerworm activates and charges the Devastator. With Carnage up, he hits on anything other than double ones. He hits. It's an armor-piercing Power 11 bite, which is dice -2. He causes 12 damage to column 4, which carves out the cortex. Cankerworm makes a second advance to base the flag, but since the Devastator is within 4 inches of it, he cannot control the flag. Khador turn 3. Sorscha spends 1 focus to upkeep Iron Flesh and holds on to the rest. She then activates and spends 2 focus to cast Boundless Charge on her Devastator. She charges one of the Mechanothralls and activates her feat, Winter's Chill. This means that damage to enemy models currently in Sorscha's control area that exceeds the armor is doubled this turn. She needs a 5 to hit the Mechanothrall and makes it. The weapon is power 13, so the Mechanothrall is eliminated. She spends a focus to swing on another Mechanothrall within reach, again needing a 5 to hit, and just makes it. No need to roll damage since the weapon's power exceeds his armor. Asphyxious gains a soul token because of the focus point spent. She spends 2 more focus to cast Cyclone and advances back. We mark the spot where she popped her feet since the effect is a pulse from that point. Cyclone also allows me to attack all models within line of sight to me, so she swings on the stationary Mechanothrall and removes him. The Devastator charges Cankerworm and uses Rain of Death, which auto-hits for power 18, which is dice +2, doubled this turn. I roll double ones, causing 8 damage to column 5. The little Stitch Thrall is caught in the power 9 blast, which is dice -3, and he is destroyed. The Manhunter charges Cankerworm. She needs a 6 to hit. First attack I roll a 4 and miss. Second attack I roll a 3 and also miss. Kovnik Joe activates and gives his speech "For the Motherland" to the mortar crew, giving them a boosted attack roll this turn. Kovnik Joe then shoots at Seether09. He needs a 7 to hit. The shot hits, and at dice -5, I cause 4 damage to column 4. The mortar crew activates and targets the Reaper. They need a 10 to hit. It is a direct hit, and the 4-inch AoE also catches a member of the Wither Shadow Combine, a Necrotech, and Asphyxious. I roll dice -1 on the Reaper. I cause 4 damage to column 4. I roll dice -8 on Mailovus, causing no damage. For Asphyxious, I'm rolling dice -9 and cause no damage. Finally, on the Necrotech, I roll dice -5, causing 8 damage and destroying him. The Marksman solo activates and moves up to shoot at Seether09. With a range attack of 8, I need a 5 to hit the Jack. I hit and roll dice -5 for damage. The Jack takes 2 damage to column 5. The Winter Guard activate and bob and weave up. 3 Winter Guard will make a combined range attack on Edmonia. She has stealth, but my models are within 5 inches of her. I need a 6 to hit and make it. The shot is power 15, which is dice -1. I cause 14 damage, which more than eliminates her. The remaining guardsmen that are not in melee make a CRA on Seether09. The shot comes from the officer, so the Jack does not get any cover bonus. I will hit on anything other than double ones. It connects, and it's power 17, which is straight dice. The Jack takes 16 damage to column 2. The last 2 guardsmen make a combined melee attack on Malice. They need a 6 to hit, and miss. My last sniper moves up to try and clear the wall and shoot at the Seether. But he can't move up far enough, so the Jack still has a defense bonus. And we forgot about the Jack's movement being out, so while the shot should have hit, we counted it as a miss. It's really important to remember the systems you knock out. Cryx turn 4. Asphyxious converts his 2 soul tokens to focus. He spends 1 to upkeep Scything Touch. With Ammonia gone, he no longer has a free upkeep. He allocates 3 focus to the Reaper and keeps 5 on himself. First, he activates the last Stitch Thrall to move him out of the way. Seether 09 activates and moves up in front of my Winter Guard, who must now make a command check to see if I'm affected by terror. I need to roll a 9 or less, and make it. The Jack begins attacking a Winter Guard. He needs a 9 to hit. The first attack misses, second attack misses. Then he attacks with his Tusks, which hits. It's power 12, which kills the soldier. The Wither Shadow Combine activate and advance. Tremulous casts Puppet Master on Mallovis. This allows him to reroll 1 or more dice of his choice for either a command check, attack, or damage roll. Mallovis attacks a Winter Guard with Darkfire. He needs a 10 to hit. He rolls a 4 and chooses to reroll both dice. This time the attack hits and the power 12 attack kills this guardsman outright. Asphyxious activates and casts Mobility. He spends another 3 to cast Carnage. He then advances behind the Wither Shadow. The Reaper activates and tramples through the Winter Guard towards Sorscha. The trample catches 2 Winter Guard and he needs 8s to actually hit them. The first one is a hit, and the second one is a miss. It's power 12 because of Scything Touch, and the guardsman dies. The Reaper buys an attack on Sorscha, needing a 7 to hit. He hits soundly and rolls dice plus 3 on Sorscha because of Scything Touch. Sorscha takes 12 damage. The Reaper buys another attack, and because he has sustained attack, it automatically hits. Again, it's dice plus 3, and that is enough to finish off my caster, leaving us with a Cryx victory. Some scary models hit the field this battle. Not that much isn't scary with Cryx. Asphyxious handles high defense infantry really well because his spells can effectively grant an additional 4 to melee attack rolls, and he can remove enemy upkeep spells. Also, special thank you to my friend Michael, who painted forward Commander Sorscha for me. She's the caster I used in Blood, Sweat, and Tears this year at Adepticon, so thank you. She fared a little better there than she did today, however. Also working on changing up my core list. I'm painting up some Kayazi and having some Iron Fang pikemen assembled. I've also acquired some Manowar units, which I have a special soft spot for. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any thoughts on the battle, please comment below, and I'll see you next time.